Hey guys, it's Kyla at the MJC, and today we're going to be going through the maintenance section of the modification motion. But as always, before I get started, I just want to remind you guys that nothing in this video is intended to be legal advice. It's a video, so I'm not able to analyze your specific situation, to talk about whether this is the right form for your situation, whether what you're asking for is something a court can approve, or whether what you're asking for is what's in your best interest or the best thing you can ask for. So if you have those sorts of questions, you may want to get some legal advice. You can get brief legal advice for free here in Milwaukee County through the Marquette Volunteer Legal Clinics. If you are not in Milwaukee County, you can contact the clerk of court in your area to find out what resources are available. All right, so we're going to hop into the maintenance section. Now, maintenance is spousal support. It used to be called alimony, and so it's only ordered in divorce cases. So if you're dealing with a case that is a paternity case or a support and maintenance case, I know that's a little confusing because the name support and maintenance would sort of imply this is involved, but it's not. If you're dealing with one of those two kinds of cases, you won't be filling in the maintenance section. Maintenance only comes out of divorce cases. So maintenance, spousal support, if you're wanting to deal with that, you're going to check the box next to D to let everyone know you're doing this section. Again, if you're not wanting to deal with maintenance or if you're not in a divorce case, then you won't check that box and you can move on to the next section. And here you're going to put what it is currently. Often that's going to be a number, maybe 500. If you're wanting to take your maintenance from 0 to a number, make sure you take a look at your order to see what it says. So sometimes it'll say maintenance is held open, or you could write that out, held open. So that means it's 0 for now, but it might be able to be changed in the future. So you can put held open, or if it's held open, you could also just put 0 on that line. If yours says that you gave up the right for maintenance now or ever in the future, you'll want to get some legal advice to talk about if there are any options to change that, and there may not be, but they can certainly talk to you about that. So anyway, you'll put what it is right now. We'll say right now that there is a payment, and per time period, so it'll be ordered per week, per month, per year, per whatever. So you'll put in the time period there, and then you have two choices for what you want the new amount of maintenance to be. The first one is saying, I just want a court to recalculate. So let's say in this situation, John has been paying Jane maintenance and his income has gone down. So he's fine still paying maintenance, but he wants a court to recalculate the number. Or maybe Jane is receiving this amount and she wants the court to look at it and see if maybe John should pay more in maintenance. If that's what you're wanting to do, you check number 1. And you put in, again, we put the first of the next billing cycle. The court will probably tinker with that depending on when you get into court. But you put that, and then that's all for that one. If you have a specific number in mind, then you can do number 2. Now, keeping in mind that the court doesn't have to go with the number you propose. I can ask for $1 million a month from my ex, but that doesn't mean that the court will necessarily order that. But maybe Jane wants it to go up per week, and beginning, again, the first of the next billing cycle. The court will probably tinker with that a little, but that's what we put just sort of as a placeholder there, unless you have a specific date you want it to start for some reason. So this is just what we put if you want it as soon as possible. But if you have some reason for it, I know the other person's income is going to change substantially on April 15th, you could put something like that. That's the maintenance section. It's pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy, I think, generally for folks to fill out. If you are wanting to ask for maintenance to end, you're wanting for it to go to 0, then usually we would do that on number 2. We would put 0, again, per week. So we would, even though it's 0, we would still have it match up with the time period up here. And then again, if you have a specific date, I want it to be 0 because my ex is getting remarried on June 4th. Then you would put the date that you want it to end, or if for whatever reason my ex is starting their great new job as, CEO of Apple on that date or whatever. But if you're just wanting sort of as soon as the court will order, then we do the first of the next billing cycle. All right, well, that's all for the maintenance section. I'll be back in a bit with a video on the arrears payment. But until then, I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and I hope that you all are able to go out and represent yourselves well.